Hello, Starshine. This is Smadar from Song of Stones, and I am a crystal whisperer, which means I talk to stones and they talk to me. And I'm here with a crystal that's been singing to me lately. This crystal's been around for a very long time, and it just started to capture my attention just recently. It is selenite, and it used to be all these pieces and a few more, used to be one whole crystal. And I hesitate when I say that word whole because they are still whole. They're just in different pieces. But each one is whole, and they still also carry that that connection to each other. And they'll always have that, even though they're separate. So I wanted to talk to you guys about broken crystals. And I'll start with this one. This one, like I said, it was one whole piece. It was this beautiful wand that had this, about 3/4 of the way up, there was this beautiful flower-like protrusion of other crystals. I called it a flower wand because it looked like a wand and it had a flower and it was just gorgeous. And when it broke, I was devastated for a while anyways, and then I realized that there's purpose to all things. Though the beauty, I think what I was most mourning was the beauty of it as it was whole, because you saw this beautiful flower. It's beautiful now too. Each piece has its own beauty and specialness, but there was something really, really just gorgeous about this crystal. So, I've heard from people over the years that they feel bad when a crystal breaks, that sometimes they're sad because, you know, the crystal is special to them, and they also feel bad because, you know, there's a bit of maybe blame and shame that happens when a crystal breaks, when we specifically break something. Not just a crystal, anything. But what I've come to notice as I open my awareness, as I let go of the noise of that inner chatter, the critic, the blaming part, as I let go of that and just be in the moment, I've come to understand something about what happens when something breaks, and it's always coincides, always, without fail, coincides with something important and big that is happening in my life. With a shift in pattern, with an old pattern, or a new transformation, or something new I'm creating in my life, there's always something. And once I started to see that, once I knew that there was purpose, it was easier for me to let go of that attachment to what it was and embrace this new form, whatever it is. And even if that means, you know, throwing something away, like for instance, if a glass breaks, or if something, you know, useful breaks that is no longer works. It's not the same with the crystals, because when the crystals break, there's still magic and beauty in them. So the interesting thing with this is because it's been, I had set it aside and forgotten about it for so long, years ago this happened. And now all of a sudden it's singing again to me. And there's something more that it has, something new, a new gift, a new understanding. And I see it again in a new way, with even more beauty than I did when it was whole and I thought it was so magnificent. And one of the things that came up for me as this crystal was singing was this, it projected this image to my third eye of a puffball mushroom, a giant puffball, releasing spores. And that's such a beautifully creative act. This puffball it's a mushroom, by the way, a type of fungus. If you hadn't heard of it, it's quite amazing. It's very round. It's very different than any other mushrooms that I've come across. It's very round and it's giant. It's the shape of your head, or like a soccer ball, if you think that's how big it is. And as it's, you know, as it's releasing these, it's doing this really amazing creative act when it releases the spores. But in order to do that, it has to break first. So I was learning again from this crystal and from what it was showing me. And what it was showing me was when a crystal breaks, when it shatters, something is released, something is created. So maybe it's broken, and maybe it's never going to be the same, and maybe it's going to have a new purpose now. But it's not just destruction that is happening, it's creation as well. At the same time, something is born. This energy is released, and we might not be able to see it. With a puffball, you can see it. And it showed me this image so that I could see what was happening. That when the crystal shatters, some energy is released in a beautiful burst. This beautiful invisible scattering of new energy. Really, it's an amazing image and understanding. So I appreciate this. This crystal again, as it calls to me after all these years. And there's more that came. This particular crystal showed me that it was here to reunite a family, to repair a broken family. I can think of a lot of people who would find that helpful, my family included. I think we all have know somebody or have experienced our own family dramas and traumas that sever connections, and there's always a cousin or an uncle or an estrangement of somehow in most families. So this crystal, and if you're feeling that, if you have experienced that, or if you want to reconnect with your family, or if you don't have family and you're looking to create a family, this crystal can help. And you don't have to take it home with you. It doesn't have to come, you don't have to be in possession of this crystal, in presence of this crystal. You could connect with it through distance, energetically. And this is one of the reasons that I love to share these videos and pictures of these crystals, because so many people can just look at them and connect with their energy and receive their gifts and their wisdom. And I'm sure that there is a family somewhere that is going to receive this crystal, but you don't have to have it in order to benefit from it, in order to have its gift, receive its gift. So there's a lot more that I can say about broken crystals, and that I will be saying about broken crystals in the Song of Stones light log at the websites, www.songofstones.com, and in the Sunday Sparkle newsletter. And if you are not part of our crystal community and you're not yet receiving the weekly newsletters, you're invited to sign up, and when you do, you'll receive some special gifts. But I think the best part is the weekly connections and the news and the special crystals that come up, and there's also often exclusive offers and all sorts of good stuff. And we do also connect on a monthly basis for the Crystal Earth meditation, the live meditation where we connect with the earth and we connect with our crystals to receive messages and medicine, and we connect with each other. It's always nice to connect with other like-hearted people. We learn from each other, and it's nice to just be able to share openly and freely about our connection with crystals with people who get it. We are putting a pause on the crystal lives until the new year, until 2025. So just for the next couple of months, we're not going to be holding them. But there's lots of videos on our YouTube channel that you can connect with, and we'll still have the Sunday Sparkles every Sunday. So I hope that you enjoy the energy, enjoy and benefit from the energy of this really very special crystalline being, this family of crystals. And I invite you to come back and visit anytime you want. And this crystal will, I'm sure, find its way up onto the website. You'll definitely see a picture of it in the this Sunday's light blog post. And with that, I am going to go get a glass of water. And I will see you next time.